Now, you indicated that this is a good device because it protects the door frame. My testimony was it protects the frame and door floor from being compromised, the locking mechanism, rather than using a brick or jamming a piece of wood between the door and the frame itself. So you don't damage the door, you don't damage the frame or jam. Doors can be replaced and they can be repaired, is that correct? Sure can. But a device like this, if it fails over time, creates a danger to people who live in the building. Isn't that correct? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, it's the same question. Aren't there other types of doorstops that are used in the buildings, sir? Surely. Isn't there a lock and eye-type doorstep? Sure. And that's a device that when it fails, if the hook breaks, the door will close. Isn't that correct? Defendant's counsel, objection. I have no recollection, and I recognize it's not my recollection that counts, but I have no recollection of there being any testimony in this case that the doorstop failed. Indeed, my understanding was that the claim was, the court, excuse me, that of course is an issue to be determined by the jury. Let's have the question. A hook and eye device, if that device breaks in some way, the door will not stay open. Isn't that correct? It's correct on a self-closing, self-locking door. The device that is shown in Plaintiff's 2 on a hinge, if that fails, and by failure I mean if the loosening of the hinge causes that foot to come down, the door is kept in the open position. Is that correct? Defendant's counsel, objection. Form, relevance, foundation. The court overruled. I believe I answered it. I said earlier it may. And is there a device that you would recommend for use on access control doors, providing a self-locking, self-closing access control door, providing access control to residential buildings? Whether I would recommend it? Yes. I have not recommended taking it out of the buildings. Defendant's counsel, move to strike. Would you recommend that for an access control door, self-locking, self-closing, to a residential building? If you are installing a new door, no, I would put in a cylinder lock. Defendant's counsel, no further questions. The court, do you have any redirect? Plaintiff's counsel, very, very brief, Your Honor. Are you familiar with the useful life of doorstops, such as that shown in Plaintiff's Exhibit 2? I don't think there have been any studies done on this type of doorstop. Would a doorstop such as that fail in the manner described to you in Mr. Skyde's cross-examination within 2 years after being put into service? Defendant's counsel, objection, improper redirect. The court overruled. Not based on the materials that it appears to be made from, brass, and the design of it itself doesn't appear as though, like I said earlier, it looks brand new. It's a heavy-duty doorstop. In response to one of Mr. Skydell's questions, you answered that criminals are on the lookout for the easiest way into a building. Do you recall giving that testimony? Yes, sir. Is that true of all criminals? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, sustained. I don't think you can ask about every criminal in the world. Plaintiff's counsel, Your Honor, that was the question that was asked and that was the answer given. The court, well, I think the question is this part of a criminal conduct? Plaintiff's counsel, that is not the question that I asked. The court, fine, we'll take a recess and you will get the reporter to find it. Plaintiff's counsel, no, I'll phrase the question differently, Your Honor. The court, all right. Does the relationship between the ease of access to a building and the nature of the criminal, is there a relationship between the nature of the access to a building and the nature of the criminal? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, sustained. What is a career criminal? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, sustained. Are criminals categorized in more than one fashion? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, sustained. What type of criminals look for the easiest way into a building? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, sustained. It does not lend itself to an answer. What type of criminal? Defendant's counsel, Your Honor, I object to that. Plaintiff's counsel, I tried to ask about all criminals because that was the question that was asked. If I cannot ask whether all, the court, do you know the M.O. of every criminal there is? The witness, no, Your Honor. The court, all right. You testified under cross-examination that the use of the doorstop to prop open the access door to a premises could evolve into a dangerous condition. Could you explain to us what you meant by could evolve into a dangerous condition? Defendant's counsel, objection, improper redirect. The court overruled. Again, it depends on how the crime is occurring on the property. If the burglaries are occurring through that door that is left open, then you have got a serious problem and you've got to address it. If you are not being attacked in that fashion, if people are coming in through windows, burglarizing or victimizing the property, then there is not a problem with the door. Plaintiff's counsel, I have no further questions. The court, is there any recourse? Defendant's counsel, just a few, Your Honor. Isn't it true that the device that is depicted in this photo is the kind of device that is found more suitable on men's room doors throughout the city of New York? Plaintiff's counsel, objection. The court, well, have you studied men's rooms? I have not, Your Honor. Like the one on this floor? Defendant's counsel, objection. The court, sustained. Defendant's counsel, no further questions. Plaintiff's counsel, I have nothing else, Your Honor. The court, thank you very much, Mr. Murphy. How's it?
Pretty good.